Welcome to your movement practice. Today is the fourth installment of our Dragon Pistol Squat movements. And today we're really going to tap into that posture and flow with it. We're going to begin in a cross-legged position on the mat. Palms facing down, crown of the head reaching towards the ceiling, tailbone reaching down towards the mat. Shoulders pull away from the ears. Bringing a gentle toning to the core as you inhale and exhale. Bringing a sense of clarity to the mind and leaving space to form a mind-body connection. Focusing on every small movement your body is making throughout the practice. Feeling the spine grow longer as you inhale, and keeping the length as you exhale by toning the core. Seeing how tall you can grow just by using your breath to lengthen your spine. Flutter the eyes open. Hands firmly grab onto the knees and you pull the chest through, arching into the back, lifting the chin. Shoulder blades come together and down the spine. As you exhale, you tuck the tailbone under, rounding through the back, tucking the chin. Inhale to come forward. Exhale to bring it back, flowing with your breath. Two more. Last one. Find that neutral spine, and as you inhale, lift the arms up, fingers reach towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, interlace the fingers and find the back of the skull with the hands. Pull the elbows apart, thumbs reach down towards the shoulders along the length of your neck. Inhale to look up, puff the chest, feel the work in the T-spine, and as you exhale, round the back. Bring the elbows slightly together, tucking the chin, trying to tap elbows to the ground. Inhale to open, tone the core. Exhale to round. Inhale to open. Exhale to round. Two more just like this. Feeling what your spine is doing in each position. Inhaling back to center. Hands still interlaced behind the back of the head, pulling the shoulders down away from the ears, elbows apart. Inhale to find length. And exhale to lean over to the right hand side. Rooting down through the left glute. Adding a bit of pressure to the back of the neck with the thumbs. Not yanking the neck, but like massaging it. Inhale to center. Exhale to switch. Inhale to center. Reach the crown of the head up, chest is puffed, and as you exhale, lower the arms. As you inhale, coming into your Navasana. Legs straighten, finding the balance just behind the sits bones, tucking the core, feeling the work in the psoas, keeping your legs straight, chest is puffed towards the ceiling. Inhale. Slowly exhale down into your hovering low boat, but try to round through each vertebrae individually. Finding the work at the bottom. Now lower the head and shoulders and feet. Arms reach up towards the ceiling and then sweep back behind the head. Legs reach up towards the ceiling and toning the core, bringing the legs back to meet the hands. Feeling that low back and the hamstrings open. And then just as slowly as you got into it, start to uncurl the spine, sending the legs back up towards the ceiling and then reaching them down in front of you until they land on the ground. Inhale, feel the fingertips and toes reach apart. Exhale, lower the hands along the sides of the waist, palms face up. Inhale, exhale to lift head and neck and shoulders and the feet for your low boat. Inhale to find length. Exhale, slowly lift your way back up into high boat. Toes are demi-pointed, flex back towards the face. Inhale. Exhale, slowly extend down into low boat. Hold. Inhale. Exhale, lower the feet and the arms behind the head. Inhale to find length. Exhale to lift the toes up towards the ceiling and then curl them back behind the head. Bend into the right knee. Sole of the right foot is facing the ceiling. Hold. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower the hips back down, but find some momentum this time to propel you forward into the bottom of your pistol squat. Hold. Inhale. Exhale, lower the glutes. Extend the right foot up towards the ceiling. High boat. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lowering down to your low boat. Inhale. Exhale, lower the feet, hands behind the head. Find length. Inhale. Exhale, feet follow. Bend into the left knee. Hold. Sole of the foot's facing the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale with control, but still finding momentum, propelling yourself forward into your low pistol squat. Holding. Inhale. Exhale, lower the hips, gather the feet, lift the legs. Navasana. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, arms overhead, feet drop. Exhale, feet reach back behind the head for plow pose, halasana. Inhale, bend into the right knee, hold for the exhale. Inhale. Exhale slowly with control, but finding momentum, finding the bottom of your pistol squat. Holding. Inhale. Exhale, lower onto the glutes. Gather the feet, lift the legs, lift the chest. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, lower arms reach behind the head. Exhale, feet reach behind the head. Bend into the left knee, hold. Inhale. Exhale with control, but finding momentum, coming into the pistol squat. Finding your balance. Inhale. Exhale, lower the hips. Last time, one more per side. Finding Navasana. Lowering down vertebrae by vertebrae. On the inhale, lowering the feet, arms sweep overhead. Exhale, feet reach behind the head. Holding. Bending into the right knee. Holding. with control, lowering the hips, finding your pistol squat, finding your balance at the top, holding. Arms reach out towards the front, and as you exhale, coming to stand into the top of your pistol squat. Arms reach down and sweep up overhead. Inhale, gaze towards the thumbs. Exhale, as you sweep the arms down, you lower the hips all the way to the ground. Grabbing onto the left foot, pulling the thigh towards your chest, finding a hamstring stretch. Holding here, toning the core. Heel driving forward. Toes flex back towards the face, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale. Exhale, gather the feet, high boat. Inhale. Exhale, slowly unfold the body into low boat. Inhale, drop the feet, arms reach overhead. Exhale, feet follow. Bend into the left knee. Sole of the left foot facing the ceiling. With control and finding momentum, working your way into the bottom of a pistol squat. Finding your balance. Inhale. Exhale, slowly rise up, arms come overhead to your staff pose. Arms reach out to the side and down, and as you reach, you lower the hips. Fingertips reaching forward now, grabbing onto the right toes. Hips find the ground, pulling the right leg in for a half hamstring stretch. Toes are flexed back towards the face. Inhale. And exhale, cross the legs, come over onto hands and knees for tabletop. Toes are tucked under. Rocking back and forth, but with purpose. Really feeling the stretch of the bottoms of the feet when your hips are back, and then feeling the stretch in your wrists as you rock forward. Pushing the ground away with the hands when you're forward, engaging the scapula. Finding a center position, taking rolling cat and cow, where we lean the upper body to the left first, and then push the ground away, rounding into the left shoulder, and then traversing laterally. Now we're pushing into the right shoulder, leaning over to the right. And we dip the left shoulder down, coming into cat pose, but moving laterally with the upper body and the hips kind of moving opposite. Going slow, building that mind-body connection. Feeling the stretch in the side body as you reach your chest over to one side and then the other. Next time you're in the center, switching directions. One more. Finding stillness in the center. And then flipping the palms so that the palms are on the ground, but the fingertips are facing towards you. Leaning back, opening the bottoms of the feet and the wrists. Leaning so far back that your palms lift off the ground a little bit. And then rocking forward, coming out of the stretch. Gripping the mat with the very tips of the fingers to find a tented finger. Coming in and out of the stretch, going as far back as you can, lifting up the palms a little bit. One more time. Now fingertips face the sides, the long edges of the mat, and rocking side to side, opening up the wrists in this position. Finding a neutral table. Inhale, right leg reaches back and high. The leg is straight. The core is engaged. The shoulders are engaged. Finding a nice long line between the crown of your head and your right toes. Inhale. Exhale, pivot on the left knee. Open up the chest to the right long edge of the mat. Right leg stays lifted. Toes are demi-pointed back towards your face. Reaching the left arm and the right arm in opposite directions. Gaze is to the right hand. Inhale. Exhale, plant the right foot on the ground. Lift up into a side plank and then kick the left foot forward. Find that strong flex of the left foot. Inhale. Exhale, sink the hips back towards the right heel. Right arm reaches overhead. Inhale, come forward, bend the knee, place it on the ground, lift up on the right leg. Ardha Chandrasana variation, our first pose. And then exhale, plant the right foot on the ground, kick the left foot forward, and then slowly sink into the right foot. Right arm reaches overhead. Inhale. Exhale, straighten the leg, plant the left knee, lift up, Ardha Chandrasana. Exhale, plant the right foot, kick the left toes forward. And then slowly bend into the right knee as you reach the right arm up overhead. This time planting the blade edge of the left foot onto the ground and then lifting the hips for a warrior bridge or kind of like a wild thing position, reaching the right arm up overhead by the ear. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rebend into the right knee, picking the left foot off the ground. Big reach of the right arm forward, twisting the body into your plank, one-legged. Trying to tuck thigh towards the chest. Looking forward. Inhale. Exhale, plant the left toes to the outside of the left hand. Coming up onto tented fingertips. Rocking back and forth, finding a really strong lizard lunge. Leaning forward, dragging the right toes forward between the hands and then kicking the foot through to the bottom of your pistol squat. Hands reach towards the right foot, finding your balance. Inhale. Exhale, lowering onto the glutes, finding your Navasana. And then slowly exhale, unfolding the body, landing in low boat. Inhale. Plant the head and shoulders on the ground, arms reach behind the head, and as you exhale, the toes lift and follow. Plow pose. Bend into the right knee. Slowly rolling forward, but finding momentum at the bottom enough to propel you into your squat. Inhale, slowly push up to staff pose. Arms reach overhead. Exhale, bend into the left knee. Reach the arms out to a T. Now, when your left knee is bent, you're going to imagine as if you're stepping over a hurdle, opening up through the hip, sending the left foot behind you like an arabesque position, and then bringing the left leg back forward. 5 times as if you're stepping over a hurdle, allowing this movement to come from the hip socket, not trying to compensate by leaning your chest and making it wonky, but just really isolating this movement in the hip. Last time, stepping over that hurdle, but sending those left toes over to the right hand side, bending into the right knee, arms come out to a T, sink deeply and low into the right knee. Left toes reach out to the right hand side, hold. This is your dragon squat. Inhale, back through center. Right leg extends into left leg extends into staff pose. And then exhale, lower the toes. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Find your crow pose. Knees find the triceps, bend into the elbows and lean forward. Gaze to the floor, engaging the shoulders, and with as much control as you can muster, shooting the legs back into your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Holding. And then planting the knees onto the ground, finding your tabletop. Inhale, left leg reaches long behind you and lifts. Tone the core. Push the ground away with the shoulders. Find length between the left toes and the crown of the head. Inhale here. Exhale, pivot on the right knee. Chest opens to the left-hand side. Left fingertips float up. Ardha Chandrasana variation. Left toes are demi-pointed back towards the face. Core is engaged. Gaze is up towards the left hand. Inhale. Exhale, plant the left foot on the ground. Kick the right toes forward, flexing the feet. Inhale. Exhale, bend into the left knee, firing the hips back, reaching the left arm overhead. Inhale to re-straighten the left leg, plant the right shin on the ground, lift the left foot, finding our beginning position. Inhale. Exhale, plant the left toes, kick the right foot forward. Feel strong here. First, before you slowly bend into the left knee, sending the hips back, left arm reaches overhead. Inhale to straighten into the left leg, land on the right shin, and then lift the left toes up, beginning position, Ardha Chandrasana variation. Inhale. Exhale, plant the left toes, kick forward with the right foot. Sink the hips back towards the left heel, left arm reaches overhead, planting the outside edge of the right foot onto the ground, and then lifting the hips into a Wild Thing variation or a warrior bridge. Upper body is kind of twisting to face the ground. Inhale. Exhale, rebend into the left knee, firing the hips back. Cartwheeling the left arm down, spinning the body into a plank. Trying to plaster the right thigh onto the chest. Inhale. Exhale, step the right foot to the outside of the right toes. Rocking back and forth, opening up your lizard lunge. Finding some stillness in the center and then leaning forward, dragging the left toes forward, kicking the left foot through the hands, finding your low pistol. Inhale. Exhale, lower onto the bum. Finding your high boat, legs gather. And exhale, slowly lower down into your low boat. As you inhale, your arms reach overhead. Your legs reach the opposite direction. And as you exhale, the legs begin to travel back to meet the hands into Halasana. Bend into the left knee. And then with control, iron out the body, finding momentum coming into your low pistol. Slower than you want to, begin to straighten into the left leg. Arms reach overhead for your staff pose. Inhale. Exhale, bend into the right knee. Arms sweep down. Maybe they reach out to a T or find your hips. Inhale to lift the knee up high. And exhale as if you're stepping over that hurdle, land into your arabesque type position on the right. Inhale, foot travels forward. Exhale, send it out to the side and back behind you, trying to keep the core engaged and also allowing this movement to be isolated in the hip. 3, 4, Toes are flexed. 5, this time you're going to reach the right toes over to the left all the way, straightening the leg. Arms come out to a T, bending into the left knee, sinking the hips low for your dragon pistol. As you inhale, you unravel the body, sending the right toes forward first on an inhale, and then exhale, gathering the feet. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, knees find the triceps, find your crow. And with control, fire the legs back into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet. Coming into our cobra roll. Coming up onto the toes. Curling the tailbone under, drawing navel to spine as you slowly move forward into plank. Shoulder blades push apart. You suddenly find yourself in high plank, and when you get here, you keep the work in the shoulders as you begin to send the hips towards the ground. Shoulder blades are forced to come together and down the spine. Chin lifts. Inhale. Exhale, opposite. Tuck the chin, push the shoulder blades apart, send navel to spine, hips back and high, downward facing dog. Inhale, right toes reach back and high. And when they can't get any higher and the hips are still facing the ground, then you open the hip. When you can't send your foot any higher with the hip open, now you bend into the knee. Squeezing heel towards the bum, knee towards the ceiling. Tip the right toes over to the left-hand side as you become light on the right fingertips. Spiraling the body until the right toes find the ground, opening up into your wild thing. Looking down at your left thumb, unraveling the body, cartwheeling the right arm down until the fingertips find the ground. Right knee reaches out to the right hand side like you're doing a big hip circle, and then straightening or trying to tap first, right knee to left tricep, and then straightening the right leg to a hover out to the left hand side, floating the left fingertips up for a hovering fallen triangle. Inhale. Exhale, bend into the left leg, sending the hips back. We've been here before. Plant the blade edge of the right foot on the ground and lift the hips up, just like we did before. Inhale. Exhale, sink the hips. Straighten into the left leg, and as you do, bend into the right leg. Cartwheel the left fingertips down. Straighten the leg back and high for three-legged dog. We'll do that transition a few more times so you'll get more comfortable with it. Inhale. Exhale, bend at the knee. Roll forward into your plank, trying to tap knee to nose. Look between the hands, step the foot forward, rise up for your high lunge. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lean the upper body forward. And when your fingertips can't reach forward anymore, they begin to reach out, down, and back, lifting up the left leg simultaneously for a reaching warrior 3. Inhale. Exhale, bend into both knees, trying to tap left knee to the outside of the right calf. Shiva squat. Inhale to extend. Exhale to Shiva squat. Inhale to extend. Shoulder blades squeeze together and down the spine, palms facing the ceiling. Exhale, Shiva squat. This time kick the left leg out to the right for dragon pistol. Inhale, uncurl the body, warrior 3. Exhale, Shiva squat, dragon pistol. Inhale, warrior three. Exhale, step the right toes about a foot behind the left toes. No, left toes behind the right. Spin on the mat so you're facing the left long edge of the mat in a really wide forward fold, and then sink the hips down into Malasana. Rocking back and forth on the knees, opening up the hips with the elbows. Fingertips find the ground as you send the hips up and high for a half lift, toes facing the long edge of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, fold the body over the thighs. Deep bend in the knee as you roll up to stand, engaging the core. Shuffling the left toes a little bit towards midline, and as you inhale, right knee lifts so it's parallel to the ceiling. Toes are flexed. Inhale to find length with the arms lifting up out of the waist. Exhale, really big hip circles if you're stepping over that hurdle again, finding your arabesque form. Come back around on an inhale. Exhale to step over that hurdle. 3. And back. 4. And back. 5. And back, arms come out to a T. Lean the body over to the right hand side, coming into dragon pistol squat, shooting the right toes out to the left hand side. Inhale. Exhale, blade edge of the right toes. Find the mat. Arms come into double block as if you're pushing the ceiling away with the right hand and the floor away with the left. Firing really hard into both the legs. And then slowly cartwheeling the left arm forward and the right arm back, pivoting on the toes, finding warrior two, facing the right. As you inhale, you flex the hands as if you're pushing two walls away, and then lean the body over the right leg. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the arms down, sink into the left hip, Skandasana. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right, and hold. Inhale. Exhale, reach the arms out to a T. Inhale. Exhale, right fingertips sweep the ground, reaching in front of you, bending into the left knee, pivoting so you're facing forward, and lifting into warrior three. But your left toes are fingertips are reaching back, right fingertips are reaching forward, toning the core. Inhale, kick through, staff pose. Exhale, lower the foot. Inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, fold over the thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, find your crow. Inhale. Exhale with control, shoot the legs back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Same side, one more time, trying to get the flow. Inhale, coming up high onto the toes, rolling forward into plank. And when you're in your high plank, slowly sinking the hips down, rolling through the spine, flicking the chin up. And just as slowly tucking the chin, pushing the shoulders away from each other, sending the hips back and high, down dog. Inhale, right toes reach back, three-legged dog. Reach them back with the hips level. And when the foot can't go any higher, now we open up the hip. Send the right toes a little higher. And when they can't go anymore, bend at the knee. Squeezing heel to bum, setting knee towards the ceiling. Inhale. And as you exhale, slowly tipping the leg over to the left-hand side, floating the right fingertips up, making this transition into Wild Thing super slow. Inhale. Exhale, looking down at the left hand, right fingertips find the mat. Uncoil the body, sending the right knee out to the right and then over to the left tricep. Extend the right leg out to the left, float the left fingertips up. Inhale. Exhale, bend into the left knee, shoot the hips back. Inhale. Exhale, plant the blade edge of the right foot onto the ground, send the hips up and high. Warrior bridge. Inhale. Exhale, sink the hips back towards the ground, lift the right foot. Extend into the left leg, and as you do, the right knee bends, coming back into your warrior three. Inhale. Three-legged dog is what I meant. Your three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, drive the knee forward, trying to tap knee to nose in your plank. Step the foot between the hands, rise up for high lunge. Feeling a strong lunge. Inhale. Exhale, lean the fingertips forward. When they can't reach forward anymore, they reach down and back. Palms facing the ceiling, thumbs trying to hug in towards each other. Inhale. Exhale, lean forward, pick the left toes up the ground. Inhale. Exhale, Shiva squat. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, Shiva squat. 3, lengthen. Shiva squat and extend. Inhale to lengthen. Shiva squat and extend. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to place the left toes about a foot away from the right heel, and then pivot the body, sink the hips, Malasana. Fingertips find the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, toes face forward. Exhale, fold over the thighs. Deep bend in the knee. Inhale as you slowly roll up to stand. Arms reach up overhead. Bring the left toes in a little closer. Right thigh parallel with the ceiling. Inhale. Flex the toes. Exhale, step over that hurdle. Arabesque. 2. Back forward. And then back behind you. 2 more. Going slow, feeling the work in the hip. Fighting for your balance. Forward, inhale. Exhale, send the knee. Arms come out to a T. Foot reaches to the left-hand side, bending into the left knee. Reaching the upper body to the front and the back toes to the back. Reaching, finding that opposite. Inhale, exhale, plant the right foot on the ground, the blade edge, and then push the right hand towards the ceiling, left hand towards the ground in a diagonal shape. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the arms, pivoting on the feet, warrior 2 on the left-hand side. Inhale to straight, flex the palms, and then lean the body over the right thigh. Reverse warrior. Inhale, back through center, but pivot so both of your toes and your feet are pointing to the long edge of the mat, and sink the hips down into Skandasana. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right, and hold. Reaching the arms out in front of you and then to a T. Inhale. Exhale, right fingertips sweep the ground in front of you as you rebend into the left knee, pivoting on the toes, reaching the arms in opposite directions, and lifting up for warrior 3. Inhale. Exhale, shoot the right toes forward. Gather the hands together above you. And on your next exhale, lowering the toes. Inhale. Exhale, fold over the thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, find your crow and then your chaturanga to meet in down dog. Pedaling out the feet when you get here. Spinal roll. Inhale, come onto the toes. Tuck the tailbone under. Draw navel to spine. Roll through the spine and the shoulders. And then lower hips towards the ground. Uncoil the spine. Chin lifts. Chin tucks. Push the ground away. Engage the scapula. Engage the core. Send the hips back and high. Down dog. Inhale. Hips face the ground. Left toes reach up and back behind you slowly into your three-legged dog. When the toes can't go higher, open the hip. Send them up a little higher. When they're at their limit, bend the knee. Squeeze heel towards the glutes. Send the left knee up towards the ceiling. Begin to twist your body into wild thing, making the transition smooth and slow, focusing, now that you know where you're going, on what every muscle's doing. And just as slowly, uncoil the body. Left hand plants. Left knee spins out to the left and then tries to tap right tricep as it crosses the body. Extend the left toes out to the right. Reach the right fingertips up. Flex the left foot. Inhale. Exhale, bend into the right knee. Send the hips back. Plant the left foot. Lift the hips high. Arm reaches over the ear, twisting the upper body kind of towards the ground. Inhale. Exhale, rebend into the knee. As you re-straighten into the right knee, the left knee begins to bend. As you cartwheel the arms down, finding your three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, bend into the knee, slowly roll forward into plank knee to nose. Plant the foot between the hands, rise up, high lunge. Inhale. Exhale, reach the arms forward, down and back. Thumbs hug towards each other. Inhale. Exhale, warrior three. Bend into the left knee. Reaching the right toes back. Inhale. Exhale, Shiva squat. Inhale, warrior three. Exhale, Shiva. Warrior three. Shiva to dragon, straightening out the right leg. Inhale, warrior three. Exhale to dragon. Inhale, warrior three. Exhale, plant the right toes along the heel of the left, and then pivot to face the right edge of the mat, Malasana. Opening up the hips and the ankles. Tented fingertips find the ground as you lift the hips into a half lift, toes face forward. Exhale, fold over the thighs. Deep bend in the knee, roll up the spine to stand. Arms reach up overhead. Wiggle the right toes in a little. Left femur parallel to the ceiling as we open the hip and come into that beautiful arabesque. 1, 2, 3, 4, open, arms to a T, lean the body to the left, straighten out the left leg over to the right hand side. Feel strong here. Plant the blade edge of the left foot and then push the arms diagonal and away from each other. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the arms and pivot on the feet until you land in your warrior two. Flex the palms. Inhale, lean over the left leg. Exhale, reach the right fingertips forward. All 10 toes face the long edge of the mat as you sink the hips down, Skandasana. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Center. Right. Center. Left. Reach the arms in front of you. Arms to a T. Drag the left fingertips on the ground as you rotate the arms in opposite directions and lift the back toes. Inhale. Exhale, kick through, find your staff. And on your next exhale, lower the left toes down. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, find that smooth crow pose, chaturanga. Everybody meets in downward facing dog. Last time doing this flow. Coming up high onto the toes, rolling through the spine, closing the eyes to build that mind-body connection with your vertebrae. Dipping the hips down. Pulling chest through the arms, lifting the chin. Everybody meets in downward facing dog. Inhale, left toes forward, hips level. Foot is demi-pointed. Open the hips and the leg a little higher. When it's at its max, bend the knee. Begin that slow, controlled transition into Wild Thing. And just as slow, uncoil your body. Left knee crosses over to right tricep, extending the leg, lifting the right fingers. Inhale. Exhale, send the hips back towards the heel. Plant the blade edge of the left foot onto the ground and lift the hips. Rebend into the right knee. Lift the left toes and then re-straighten into the right knee. Cartwheeling the arms down, send the foot back and high, three-legged dog. Bend into the knee, roll forward. Plant the foot between the hands, high lunge. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, sweep the hands forward, down, and back. Inhale. Exhale, lift, warrior three. Inhale, Shiva squat. Inhale, extend, making the extensions and the contractions in the squat last an entire inhale and exhale. Mind, body, breath connection. This time, Shiva squat, extend the right toes. Inhale to extend. Exhale, Shiva squat. Dragon pistol. Inhale to extend. Exhale, plant the left toes behind the right ankle and spin the body to Malasana. Tented fingertips find the mat. Lift the hips, half lift. Toes face forward. Exhale over the thighs. Deep bend in the knees, slow roll up to stand. Arms reach overhead. Right toes walk towards midline. Finding that arabesque hurdle step over. 1, 2, 3. This last time, we reach the left toes over to the right. Arms come out to a T, sink low into the right knee. Plant the left toes, double block. Arms reaching diagonally and opposite one another. Slowly untwist the body, pivoting on the feet, landing in your warrior two. Flex the palms, reverse warrior, inhale. Exhale, reach the right arm out to the right. Pivot on the toes so they're both facing the long edge of the mat, sinking into Skandasana. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. I think I said left like 4 times. Extend the arms out in front of you and then to a T. Left fingertips brush the ground as you pivot on the feet, eventually facing forward and reaching into your warrior three. Inhale, left toes drag through center to staff. Inhale to find length. Exhale to lower the left toes. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold over the thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands to your slowest, most controlled crow to chaturanga you can muster. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Look between the hands, bend at the knee, step, hop, or jump to seated. Extend the legs out in front of you. Flex the toes back towards your face. Inhale, arms reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, flat back, reach down, maybe peace fingers, grab the toes. Toes flex back towards the face, driving the heels forward. The spine is one long straight line. Core is engaged. And now we round the spine, maybe sinking a little bit deeper. Inhale to slow roll up the spine, half hero pose on the right, sinking the hips to the inside of the right foot. Inhaling first to find length, and exhale, leaning forward. Inhale to push yourself back up to straight spine, and then exhale to lean back. When you're leaning back, your right glute is engaged, your core is engaged, and you're driving the right knee down into the mat. Inhale to center and switch sides. Arms reach overhead, lift up out of the waist. And as you exhale, forward fold. Inhale to center and exhale to lean back. Always flexing into the left glute, driving the left knee down. Inhaling to center. Both of the soles of the feet find the mat. Reach the arms forward and slowly roll down vertebrae by vertebrae onto the back. Figure 4 on the right. Blade edge of the right foot finds the left thigh. Hands reach through the figure 4 pose to the outside of the left leg, clasping behind the left thigh, dragging the knee towards the face. Both, well, not both, but the right toes are flexed back towards the knee. And switch. Left toes are always flexing back towards the knee to protect the knee. Arms reach out to a T, shins are parallel with the ceiling. Inhale. As you exhale, the knees lower to the right hand side, gazes over the left shoulder. Gentle toning to the core. Inhale to center and exhale over to the left. Gaze over the right shoulder. Inhale, bring the knees towards center. And then exhale to take the resting pose of your choice. Shavasana, Supta Baddha, supported fish pose. Wherever you are, allowing the limbs to gently sink deeper into the ground. Closing the eyes. Settling into the most important part of practice, where we allow our body and our mind the time to rest. And as our arms sink lower into the ground, and our legs, wherever they are, also sinking into the ground, we feel that juxtaposed lightness to the chest. Even though the head is heavy, and the hips are heavy, and the shoulders are heavy, the chest is light, and the breath is gentle. Peeling back layers of consciousness and floating the mind into a state of awareness, being aware of the noises around you, the air on your skin, the energy moving throughout your body. The peacefulness of a calm mind. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Roll into the wrists and ankles if you're in Shavasana. If you're in supported fish pose, carefully removing the block from behind your back. If you're in Supta Baddha Konasana, slowly helping your knees to center. And then wherever you are, we all meet in a seated cross-legged position on the mat, hands gathered to heart center. Crown of the head reaching tall, tailbone reaching down. And I hope you enjoyed this flow. I hope you were able to tap into a sense of flowiness with me. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Namaste.